You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
Alright. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Wednesday, hump day, July 13th, 2022. How the hell are you? We got a big show to go right now. We're going to go real fast. We're just going to get it over with in 20 minutes. I'm going to talk this fast the rest of the show. It's roll call, everybody. Hey, Bill Nice, how you doing? Welcome to the show, everybody. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means I ran out of time to give your name out and say hello. Anyway, we're going to talk about UFOs that are harmful for people. Did you ever hear about that guy who got hit his car? His police car got hit by a UFO light. Yep, and he was knocked out for 45 minutes. Let me show you the video. There it is. That was unbelievable. I can't believe it. We'll be back tomorrow night. I hope you enjoyed the show. And don't forget, tomorrow we'll be back at 10 8. No, it's Thursday. What? I'm just kidding. We're gonna talk about UFOs that harmed a person and or people. They're a threat. Where have you been? Wake up. Smell the coffee. UFOs are bad. If you see a UFO, don't record it. Run. I'm kidding. Record it. Get underneath it. Look up at it and say, I'm not Travis Walton. That's all you got to do. Credibility to those aliens. Once they know you're not a Travis Walton friend, they'll pick you right up, throw you right in, take you right out, bring you right back, shove you right in, take you right up, bring you right back, put you right in, take you right up. Hey, it's a cycle. I'm just saying. I want to be an abductee, but I don't know if they're good for me. I get taken up by a UFO. They grab me from my hands, from my little toes. UFOs. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. And some news. And I have to admit, we have got a pandemic going on in ufology right now. Of people who think they can record UFOs and are doing a shitty job. And then they ask for help. They put it on Twitter and they're like, here's what I captured. Tell me what you think. It's a star. It's the moon. It's a light. It's not a UFO. You're an idiot. I knew you would say that. You don't even know the story. It was hanging around for an hour. If it was hanging around for an hour and you don't have another person taking video with you, you're a liar. We're going to talk about this Dave guy tonight and another guy. Two guys that are on Twitter putting UFO videos up, saying they're UFOs, and they're not. Obvious balloons, obvious stars. It is an embarrassment to my field. My people, we need to start now. This is what I'm talking about. I went to that guy and I gave him constructive criticism. And I knew you were gonna say that. If you knew I was gonna say that, you knew what you were capturing really wasn't a UFO. Or you're so deranged that you can't see the truth right before the fire. You know, the forest before the trees? Never mind. I could say anything to these people and they'll be like, no, no, no. If I said the sky was blue, they would say, no, it's aqua. Now let's do roll call. Scott Archer's here. Welcome to the show. Raymond Laurence. Welcome to the show. Samo Goofonian Rockstar. Welcome to the Gigi Abulin. Yep, Foofology for sure. Welcome to the show. Shell Shock. Shell Shock also with $9 on the Cash App today. Bing. Oh, what? No. Hold on. Oh, no. Well, I'll let you guys know. There will not be a Josh and Artemis show tonight. They had family emergency that if they want to tell you what it is, they'll tell you. But they had to cancel. So no Josh and Artemis tonight. But can you believe it? It's hard to do a show every day. You have a family, things are going to happen. What was I saying? Roll call in. Rebecca Wiles is here. How you doing, Rebecca? Good to see you, too. Crazier A, welcome to the show. I know I'm yelling. I'll stop. Lisa M is in the house. How you doing, Lisa M? What is that? It looks like a bomb. Oh, yeah, I have it on small screen. Yeah, here we go. Classic. Classic Lisa. Oh, it is a bomb. You the bomb. Good to see you. Welcome to the show. Den Bub. Welcome to the show. Andy Cowley. Welcome to the show. Nathan Allen. Nathan Nitsky. Nathan Hot Dogs. Welcome to the show. All right. Excuse me. Helen Crystal Energy. Welcome to the show. Shadi Panorin. Welcome to the show. Tony McClear's here, everybody. Welcome to the show. All right, if I didn't say your name, doesn't mean I don't love you. Got a show to do, so I can't get to everybody. Alfie Joe Bob just came in with Jeanette Bombach. Welcome to the show. Sky Allen, Dark Sky. What's up, Dark Sky? No more files? What's up? Thunder Groove just came in, snuck right in. And Dorothy Hawkins. Welcome to the show, everybody. Bill Nice, Moody Mongols here. So, I'm gonna get right into it. First of all, did you see this PSA that they put up in New York for a nuclear war, for a bomb? What happens if a nuclear bomb goes off? Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up here. Swear to God on my life. No, I'm not kidding. Really. I think I'm losing my mind. I'm getting, like, I'm trying to hold it in right now. Because I know before the show, I took the article, emailed it to myself from my phone like I do a million other times, and it's not here. I really don't understand how this happens. Now it just showed up. Now, I did that. It says 6:42. Why did it just pop up now? I even refreshed my inbox. And it just popped up as I'm sitting here. Nuclear attack PSA leaves New Yorkers asking, why now? I'll show it to you. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I thought it was a joke, but it wasn't. It popped up on my YouTube feed after I was watching a video last night. And here's the video. Let me show you. It's really it's scary. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't like it. I felt like I was back in the 50s. Remember that, Dorothy? The bomb scares you guys used to go through? What? Dorothy was around back then. I could say that. Dorothy remembers, right? In the late 50s? Ew. Ew. Ew, why is that on my TV? Oh.
City mayor is answering the question that a bunch of people are asking, which is, why are we getting warned about how to stay safe from a nuclear attack right now? Like, what? That's after this new PSA started airing, explaining how to do just that. Keep yourself safe from nukes, with Mayor Eric Adams saying, hey, don't freak out. No need to panic, but be prepared. The odds of a nuclear attack, pretty low. But city officials at the Office of Emergency Management want to make sure you know what to do to stay safe if it ever came to that. Pretty basic stuff. Go inside and stay there. But people are wondering what is up with the timing of this message. Isa Gutierrez explains.
So there's been a nuclear attack. Don't ask me how or why. Just know that the big one has hit.
New York City officials releasing a PSA on what to do in case of a nuclear attack. Their instructions: get inside, stay inside.
This is amazing to me. I mean, where are we living? And is this something that should have been done a while ago? This is scary shit, especially for New Yorkers. No, this is done not to scare us, but to prepare us. Yeah. Biden slipped up a couple of days ago when he was talking about, actually it was a few weeks ago he said it, how we need to prepare for another pandemic. We need to prepare for that. Maybe he meant something like this and just said the wrong word, I don't know. We need to prepare for another catastrophe. Another catastrophe, and we're going to be in a lot of trouble. That's almost like George Bush. Stay inside, guys. Whatever you do, radiation can't get through your cardboard cutout of a home or go through the vents that you breathe air from. Don't worry about it. You'll be safe inside. As long as you have a roof over your head and a blanket under your feet, you'll be okay, they say, right? Here it is. Get into a building. Move away from windows. Yeah, you want to get away from flying glass. Look, I'm showing this to you because this is why UFOs are being talked about. This is why. No, I don't know why. Number 2, stay inside. Shut doors and windows. Again, you got to keep that radiation outside because it can't go through glass. Go to the middle of the building. Get in the middle, because if for some reason radiation does get through, it's harder to find you. Yep. If you go to the middle of the house, it's like a maze to radiation. It may never find you and peter out. Get tired. Shut doors and windows. Go to the middle of the room. Get clean immediately. And they don't specify if they mean drug addicts or just a basic wash. Remove clothing and shower with soap or shampoo. I always shower with mud and citric acid. Yeah, I always like to do that. I never thought about using soap or shampoo. Well, that's odd. Well, maybe she says something differently in her monotone outfit. God almighty, she's wearing all black. That is so funny to me. This is like, doesn't it? It reminds me of, everybody listen to me. It's almost like Nazi-ish, right? It's a communistic way of dressing, all black. Nobody gets any colors. You get abstracts only. White and black only. If you're going to be on TV, we will give you one white belt. Here we go.
And stay tuned.
PSAs like this seem like a waste until something bad actually happens. And then they are potentially very valuable.
But no need to evacuate just yet. In a statement, the New York City Department of Emergency Management saying that, quote, the likelihood of a nuclear weapon incident occurring in or near New York City is very low.
There's no specific threat. We've received.
So you're saying there's a chance? Are you kidding me? I really am worried. I've got a lot of family on the East. Hey, I live on the East Coast now, but I got family in New York. Something's going to happen. I'm telling you, I just feel it. I know it is. I know it. And they're going to blame it on or rah. And then once the blame goes over there, it's on. It's going to be a nuclear war. Or alien invasion. A false flag alien invasion. They could blame it on the aliens. This looks like it's going that direction. And I want to know, will that be the next PCA from New York? A PSA on aliens. So here's how I see things going. A nuke is going to go off. And I don't know, man. It's probably going to hit. It's probably going to be done off the coast. Like, it's going to miss the mark, I bet. But it's going to be close enough. There'll be damage, right? It's not going to be a direct hit. I just have a feeling. And then because it's so close to the target and not really hitting it, there's less damage, less rebuilding and all that. And maybe it is nuclear, maybe it isn't. Don't know. But if it is, terrible, terrible, terrible. And if Russia or China deny it, and then a week later they're going to come out and say, look, here's some video we found. There's an object in the sky, and it looks like it's just sitting there. And then as you see the nuke explode, this object goes right inside. They're going to come up with something. And then that's when they say, we don't think it's China or Russia anymore. We think it might be aliens. How far down the road? A year. Within the next year, if that happens. It's going to happen right before they have the election. Do you understand? Do you see what's going to happen? They're not going to have another election because a disaster might happen. And if it does, how can people go voting if there was a nuclear attack on the East Coast of the United States, extending the democratic hold on this country for however long it takes? They may buy another 6 months. Oh no, we're just now seeing the beginning. Lisa Bowden? It's Bowden. Like bow down. She taught me. $5 super chat, first one of the night. Thank you very much. That I forgot to mention it. Honestly, who wants to be among a handful who survive? Not me. Not me. That's a very good point. Who wants to be around that area? Just get out now. something bad is going to go down. Nobody's going to move out of that city because they think there's going to be a nuclear attack. I'm telling you, this is pretty scary stuff. And I don't like starting off any show with, scare tactics like that. But that's what's happening. And it could be our way into the false flag alien invasion. Right? Lisa, thank you very much. First one of the night. Always gets a little surprised, but, I'm working on the newer one. Thank you, Lisa Bowden, for the $5 super chat. First one of the night again. Mucho gusto and generoso. Continuing supporter of GoofOn. Thank you. That's right. You can help support the show with the super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App. Become a patron supporter. Join GoofOn. All the links are in the descript. You know what to do. I want to play the rest of this out, and then we'll move on to these people in ufology.
Feedback that, not surprisingly, this scenario is something that people don't feel prepared for, and they ask us for advice. So, this was an effort to provide some straightforward advice around a difficult topic.
Mayor Eric Adams adding that the move comes amid rising tensions in Ukraine.
I'm a big believer in better safe than sorry. I take my hat off to OEM. This was right after the attacks in the Ukraine.
Is a nuclear attack something you think about at all? Is that on your mind?
I don't think about it that much just because it seems so far-fetched.
Although the PSA targeted New Yorkers, it's a message some experts think could resonate with the nation overall.
My sense is better education would be helpful. Just knowing some basic things like, again, stay inside.
And no, staying in the car is not an option. You need to get into a building and move away from the windows.
Do you feel prepared for a nuclear attack?
No, not by a long shot.
I don't know what I would do. Maybe that doesn't sound very intelligent, but I really don't know what I would do.
PSAs like these were common just a few decades ago.
First, you duck, and then you cover.
And they may become common with groups like the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, sounding the alarm. They manage the doomsday clock.
The duck and cover doesn't work. All it does is protect you from seeing your death. Because if a nuclear bomb goes off within a few miles, 5 miles, it's lights out. Figuratively. And Will Carr with the $2 super chat. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yep. It is crazy, Bill.
Designed to warn the world about man-made threats like nuclear war, amongst other issues. Recently, they set the clock for 100 seconds to midnight, saying in part, quote, Russia's invasion of Ukraine has brought this nightmare scenario to life, with Russian President Vladimir Putin threatening to elevate nuclear alert levels, and even first use of nuclear weapons if NATO steps in to help Ukraine. This is what 100 seconds to midnight looks like.
Nuclear attack is unfortunately a real part of our world, and I think the risk.
Well, anyway, we got it. Apparently, Putin is saying, if we step in and interfere with their plans to overtake whatever they're doing, what is it, Ukraine? They're talking about hitting New York. It's wild. Let's hope this. Let's hope we do have a Tic Tac in our arsenal and that it's armed to take down anything that anybody is going to throw our way. It would make sense to me that everything that has been going on the last few years is leading up to what we're seeing today. Remember, UFOs are a threat. It's in your mind. It's a threat. They can go extreme speeds, make extreme turns that would kill a human. But that weapon, that object could be a weapon used against a nuke coming our way. So let's hope we have it. Let's hope it is us. Pretty scary. I'll put the link to that. Nah, I'm not gonna. Nuclear attack. You can look it up on YouTube. It's scary. It is. All right. Now, you know what else is real scary? I'm going to show you a video that is several years old. It's about, I think it came out in 2003. May 24th, 2003. Jeff Willis, who's a good friend of Goof On here. We skywatched together in New York. Been on the same shows and news outlets together. Really nice guy. He's been here a few times, several times, matter of fact. We need to get him back. But even Jeff laughs when he sees his video being used the way it is. I had a talk with Jeff privately about this video I'm about to show you. But you might know this video. It is that popular. It has been used in the opening scenes of some TV shows, and it's been featured, I think, on top shows like UFO Hunters and some other things. But here it is.
Oh my God. Right when I hit record, at that second, the object was passing straight over the top of my house.
Now, I'll play it out.
What I got on tape was a disc-shaped object turned on its side with the dome this way, the bottom part this way as it flies over my house. It suddenly does a U-turn and then jumped about 1.5 miles in like a matter of a half a second to where I couldn't even see it anymore. So I started scanning the sky for it. Finally, about 1.5 minutes later, I caught it again. And this time, when I zoomed into the object, it was a lot further away.
Bye, Shell.
But it seems that it was still on its side. People need to know and realize that this is a structured, domed, metallic machine that is running under its own type of propulsion system. It's running under something that we can only...
Yeah, I saw this because somebody recommended a few videos from this channel, Eyes on Cinema. And what this channel does is take clips, kind of like what Dark Sky Files does. Takes clips in old movies and makes a channel of it. But they've got 112,000 freaking subs, and but they're somebody else's videos. And I don't know if Jeff gave permission for this, but there's Bob Lazar stuff on. There's everything. I can't believe this channel. I do that, and no, you can't. Got to take it down. I don't get it. Why some channels can do it and some others can't. Anyway, here's this video. Now, this video isn't what you think. On every show, they show the video this way. They show it on its side. This video, it's actually this. Jeff has it right. It's actually sideways. But the producers, when they make these TV shows, they turn it on its side and call it a disc. This is a heart-shaped balloon. Okay. How do I know? I have the raw video of it. You can see a string. I actually have somewhere on my computer. I could probably find it and take me a few minutes. I didn't expect to play this. But you can see the string waving in the wind a little bit. And I talked to Jeff about this, and I pointed it out and showed him and asked him. And I said, well, what is he? Goes, hey, man, he goes, I showed a couple of experts, and they told me that this is definitely a UFO, and nobody else pointed this string thing out to me. And I showed him, I'm like, you can see it blowing right here in the wind. Well, in the video, Jeff, you can see it. He's recording it, but this is all chopped up. And then what happens is Jeff loses sight of it and walks towards the house here. And you can see the object in the distance. It didn't move, but Jeff moved, which made it look like the object moved, but the object never moved. The object was, the balloon is just sitting there, and you could see it's a heart-shaped balloon. And then he turns to the right and he sees it again. But it's all an illusion. Anyway, I asked Jeff about it. We talked about it. And he says, I don't know, man. People want to use my videos. I let them. And I'm like, all right. So what do you think it is? He goes, I don't know. He goes, I don't know. I guess I really don't know. So unfortunately, we're all duped when it comes to this. And I like Jeff. I think Jeff is a stand-up guy. He did not do anything intentionally, this guy. He's not that way. So, look, it's not easy to analyze. I was surprised I even saw the string.
At that second, the object was passing straight over the top of my house.
They stop it right before it gets to it, too, which is interesting.
Was a disc-shaped object.
But they all turn it sideways like that. It's beautiful. Anyway, it isn't what you think it is. That's why I don't like TV. Reason number one right there. So I didn't want to start off being a total dick, but now it's time. Is it? Do we do that yet? All right, dick time. Time to be a dick. So this guy, Gary Housley, has a video out. Let me go there real quick. He says to me, I knew you wouldn't be foolish enough to say that. I have over an hour of it doing things starting cannot. I don't know what that means. Got you. The additional footage proves not a star. You fake piece of shit. So all I know is the video that was out there was a 2-minute video or something like that, which was a star. Probably the star Sirius out of focus. There's certain things that certain objects do at night. And the star Sirius, when you zoom in on it pretty close, and if you're just out of focus enough and keep it blurry, it looks like there's lights swirling around. But it's an illusion. It's not real. It's because of the atmosphere and everything else that gives it this illusion. But because Gary doesn't know any better and he's not experienced, he thinks he's seeing a UFO. And the object that I saw, the video that I saw, and I'm going to pull it up here, I never saw it move. So I leave a comment on a video that he provided on Twitter and doesn't show us the object moving around and making these incredible maneuvers. Where is that video? That's why you gotta love these people, man. They don't know what they're doing. And when you try to help, they get defensive. And I wasn't mean. I was actually okay. I didn't call them names. But now I have to be a dick. Your video's a star. And that's it. It's nothing more, nothing less. Let me see if the video's still up. See if he took it down. Here it is. Here it is. A 2-minute and 20-second video on something blurry. It's blurry. It's like you can't tell what it is. And the reason he's doing it, because we know what it is. Here it is. You're going to laugh. Tell me I'm wrong. Here it is. You see it? Oh, we're not playing it. Here we go.
I mean, where'd it go?
There you go.
It's moved a little bit. It's not blinking.
This is the video he wants to have an argument over. This is it.
In the sky. No other objects are visible anywhere. No stars, no nothing. And this thing's moving.
This is what I'm talking about. This is why I am who I am, the dick of ufology. Because he's going to argue with me over a blurry video. And there's never any reference points. No referencing. He doesn't look, it's out of focus. Oh, wow, the first time. I guess I didn't see this one. Yeah. It's not moving. That's probably, now that I see where it is.
Stars.
That's got to
An
be
actual
Jupiter.
UFO. Oh, that's spectacular.
Yeah, that's what it's got to be.
Wow, and it's blinking. Look, it's
Oh,
coming
look,
down.
he's saying a UFO came out of it.
What? There was something next to it. Look at that. There's something. Oh, it went in it. It went by it. Look at that. Oh, that's spectacular. Wow.
Yeah, the
it's
airplane
blinking.
went
Look,
right by
it's
it.
coming. I can't believe I caught this. Where's it going to go?
What did
It's
you
so-
catch,
it's
dude? You didn't catch any. You caught an airplane going
What?
by
There
a
was something
star
next to it.
or
Look at that.
Jupiter.
There's something. Oh, it went in it. It went
didn't
by it.
go
Look at that.
in it.
Oh, that's spectacular. Wow.
Did you
and it's
see
blink-
the ridiculousness? And that thing is about what? Yeah, I don't think it's Sirius now that I know where it is in the sky. I thought it was low. That's probably Jupiter or Venus, you know. I don't know when it was captured. There's no timestamp. He could tell us anything. Another error by Mr. Know-It-All over there. So that's what we deal with. Blurry objects, an airplane going by it, acting like it. Oh, it went in it. Didn't even go in it. It went by it. Didn't go in it. But I'm a piece of shit. Got to start with the name calling right off the bat. So that's what he called me. I'm a piece of shit because I told him what he probably captured. Let's see. He's been doing it 1 month. I don't know. I've been doing it almost 20 years. What do I know? I don't know. Yeah, I am. I'm going to brag about it. Here's another guy. Now, I don't mind talking to this person. He seems like a nice dude. And I think we talked about this yesterday. I'm not sure we did. I think we did. But let me remind you. This is from Dan Lewandowski. And he thinks, Joe thinks too, that there's 5 observables from this picture. It's a picture. It's not a video. At least Housley had a video to laugh at. But this is bad. And you know, I commend people for trying. And I didn't say anything bad at all. Nothing bad. I am, like I told everybody a month ago, 2 months ago, I'm trying to be the nice guy here. But what just happened is I was just called a piece of shit for being nice. So strike one. And here's this guy's object. Can't even, how are we supposed to know what this is? And 5 observables. What is Joe talking about? Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what that is. You can't tell what that is. Nobody can tell what this is. Nobody. You know? So let's go to another one. Another Dan Lewandowski. Now here is more pictures. Why we're not getting video, Dan, is beyond me. I don't get this guy. But I think I know why. And here's what he captured. Oh my God, it's so awful. You can't even see it. It's balloons. There's a string that even looks like it comes down to the side. Here. Now here's he enhanced it, I think, right? No, just got a little blurrier. It's a little blurry. Number 3, more blurriness from the 2 orbs, the 2 balloons, and another blurry photo. I said blurry balloons for 3 out of the 4 of these pics. It's a pair of loons. Plus, you're out of focus. I said, keep trying, but use a tripod if you get one. If you get one, and if you don't, lean the camera against the wall or sit on top or sit it on a car, something to stop the blur. Because that's definitely out of focus. And if it's not out of focus, then something's wrong with the guy's eyeballs. But that's what we're at. Now we've got these 2 guys posting stuff. And I'm just telling you, we got to keep our eyes open. It's bad out there right now. Because there's new people that come in all the time. And then you get people who refuse to listen. They won't take any constructive criticism. They've already made up their mind about me. Do you know, who should I go to talk about? Well, whatever you do, don't go to Goofon. He doesn't believe anything. Why? He says everything's balloons, birds, drones, planes. Oh, well then who do I want to go to that will believe me? Yeah, why don't you go to Celebrity Identity Review, something, I don't know, stupid name. You can go to that show. They know nothing over there. You can get away with it. Yeah, go over there. Yeah, whatever you do, don't go to Goofon, because he'll be too truthful. You can't handle it. He'll hurt your feelings. He's a dick. He doesn't believe anything. I do believe. Remember when there was a time where I wreaking havoc had the orbs? And everybody's like, Rich, what are you doing? It's dust. And I go, look, but this guy's going to do something nobody's ever done before. He's going to conceal the room out, see if it changes anything. And John did it. He tried. Gave the guy credit for trying. I'm interested in legitimate spirit orbs because I believe in them. But dust outweighs the legitimate. And that's what's sad. Check this out. This is another one from Dan Lewandowski. Just wanted to show you another one. Yeah, I don't know what these people are. He says, riddle me this. This was the moon? Unbelievable. It looks like it was the moon during... No, it couldn't have been during the... could it have been during the eclipse? Depends on where you were. Yeah. It's always something shady going on. You could take a picture of the moon with your cell phone camera 3 times in a row and you'll get 3 different looking pictures. And I hate that. So, Dan Lewandowski needs to learn. He does. He needs to learn. Oh, come on. Oh, God. Look. And then people are... See, this is the problem. And you're going to say, so what's wrong with that, Rich? It's the moon. And now you've got Fallon, this woman, trying to figure out what it is by doing all these, changing the frickin' shit. Can't think. You know it. Changing it. I can't think. But now you got somebody trying to figure out what the moon is. What happened to the moon? I don't understand what happened to the moon. And now they're going to do all this work and spend their time, wasting their time on the moon. That's why I don't like... That's why when people fake shit, it's bad. Because other people think that it's real. And now you have these people not knowing anything, trying to figure out what you captured, which is nothing. So you got everybody wasting their time because you put out a video or a picture saying something that's false. And the weird, you know what's weird? This Housley guy and Lewandowski. Why are they all of a sudden now capturing things? Who are these people? Who are they? Where'd they come from? Because I have a feel... No, I don't even care. Do you remember when all those people with TTSA... Remember when TTSA came out and all the people that started having channels and shows and Twitter accounts, UFO Jesus, Lucy R, and a couple others out there. I hate to mention their names because I just... Ugh. And Joe Merja, this guy, unbelievable, right? Instrumentality or means, except in cases where the cleared government personnel administering such system conclude that the preponderance of information available regarding the reporting indicates that the observed object and associated events and activities likely relate to a special access program or compartmented access program that, as of the date of the reporting, has been explicitly and clearly reported to the Congressional Defense Committees and Congressional Intelligence Committees and is documented as meeting those criteria. Red Rum says, I already addressed that in my YouTube video and here. For some reason, Bender left it out. If those SAPs haven't been explicitly and clearly reported to the Defense Congressional Committees and Congressional Intelligence Committees, then they're fair game. Can you say CR program and bodies? Brian Bender, his new article said that the act, I guess it's the act that they're talking about, that, is it, what is the name of the act? It excludes folks working, oh, it's that, where they get, oh my God, I can't believe I'm having a brain freeze twice right now. What's the act? Not, is it the Gallagher Act? I was asking what the Gallagher Act was. What account? I don't know what you're talking about, Ryan. What account? What account? It's hard for me to watch the chat room while I'm talking, so if I miss stuff, because Coral had to take the night off, I'm sorry if I'm missing things. David Wilcox with a Canadian $10 super chat, supposed to be a super moon tonight. Now that makes sense why the moon picture from that other guy, yeah, Lewandowski. He probably saw it was a full moon yesterday, got excited, took a picture, probably had a setting on his phone that made it look that way. Like, oh, I could show you so many pictures on my cell phone in different settings, you would think it was an alien object floating in the neighborhood. It's not that hard to do. God, we need video. Forget if anybody's taking pictures of UFOs, you're lying to us. There's no reason why you shouldn't have video. David Wilcox, thank you for that. Mucho gusto generoso. That's right. You can help support the show. Super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App. Become a member or a patron. Yeah, I know. It's sad. I'm trying not to beg for money because that's all we do is beg for money. Hey, on PayPal, David Wilcox, it's for the truth. $14.70. Wait a second. You just did one here too. David, you are a man. You're the man. Thank you for the... What am I saying wrong? Thank you very much, by the way, David. Seriously, mucho gusto generoso. Can you expand on that a little bit? What did I say? You mean this thing that I just read? It doesn't make sense, does it? If that's what you mean. I'm just curious. My God, I really wish there was a way I could follow you guys. Goof on, see if you missed any. Now, for the person who was asking me about something being suspended, my Twitter account I had to change. So I have a new Twitter. The link's in the description of the show, in case you need to send me any messages. Check Cash App? Oh, okay. Let me check Cash App. You guys are telling me. Holy shitballs. Whoa. Is that real? Hold on. I didn't see a message from it. Hold on. Tony McClear. Thank you, man. $11.87 on Cash App. I don't know why it didn't ding. Oh, I have it off. There it is. No, it was on. I had it on. It didn't ding. God, I'm so annoying tonight. I am sorry. Thank you, Tony. Very cool, man. Thank you for the support. Appreciate that. Seriously, mucho gusto generoso. I'm glad Rich did make a difference. Twitter account. It's easier to get message to him on Twitter. You know, I'm glad I have the new account too, because now I follow people that when I first got that account, I followed everything, I think. It doesn't make sense that everyone will video it. No, it does. Yeah, it does. I'll tell you why. I'll even go through it with you. I made a comment just a few minutes ago saying, why don't people take video instead of pictures? When I go on my phone, because everybody has a cell phone, right? I click on the app for the camera, boom. It's already on photo as my default, but it takes one more click to put it on video. And that's it. Now I'm ready to take video. So why can't people, when they open up their camera and they see a historic object in the sky, just move it over one little button to video? It's one, unless it's the default on your camera app. The only reason I don't keep it on default because I accidentally hit the play button and I start recording and don't even know it. So I leave it on the photo. So that's what bothers me, Gigi. That's what I meant. It's like, why don't people, they open up their phone and they're like this immediately. When all they have to do is open their phone, hit video. Now you do it. It took an extra second. I don't understand why people would think that taking a photo is better than taking video. The logic doesn't make sense. If you're capturing a UFO, something historic, and something that's in the sky for a few minutes already, that's what I'm saying. I'm getting a lot of messages while we're talking. Hold on. What is this? Yeah, thanks again, guys, for the support. Here we go. Okay, we're all caught up, I think. But that's what I mean. That's why everyone should video record the thing in the sky. It doesn't take but a second. So I never understood that thought process when somebody's pulling off to the side of the road or driving or whatever. Like these people, they're out just casually walking around. I could see if you're in your car and you're driving and you can't get to that button because you're driving, but I don't like it. Yeah. And also pictures suck because obviously they suck. Nobody can take good pictures at night. There's no camera on a phone that works that well. So it's another reason why I don't like those type of photographs about UFOs. That's all. That's my big peeve when it comes to that. I read this thing. I don't know what I'm reading either. So forget about that. And here's one more. This is another person named Marie's UFOs. I just have to laugh. I can't get mad at these people. They don't know what they're doing. So here we go. Dots, right? Dots. But that's not what I'm upset with. Here's what it is, up close. But you see this plane over here to the right, bottom right? She takes a picture of this airplane and says, it should be as clear as this. Because she's curious. Why is it pixelated, she says. Really? Now, she asked, and I gave my opinion. I said, because your camera is not made for this. And it overcompensates to figure out what it's looking at. Why digital UFO video recording is terrible. Get a high 8. That's why I don't like digital. But I say get a high 8 while you're at it. You're still going to get pixelating, but you can see the pixelating over here. It's on everything except for this one. Why isn't it on this? Well, the camera's not having a hard time figuring this out. This seems to be in frame. It could be a different time of day. There's a lot of factors that come into why this came out clear than your other picture, right? But people don't think. They don't know. Nobody knows. What you have to do, you have to test. You have to just take tests. Throw up some balloons. Okay? Get a paper airplane toy. I don't know. Get something that, I don't know. You know? I don't know. You guys, that's the thing. These people just want to record things that are in the sky. And when they can't figure it out or their camera can't get close enough, it's a UFO automatically. I used to go through that too until I bought this beautiful, it's filthy. That's how much I've used it outside. Yeah, get one of these, you know, and that'll bring you right in. When I got this thing, I was recording something in the distance, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm seeing it again. I can't believe it. And my wife at the time goes, put your lens thing on there. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. So I put the lens on it, and I focus in, refocus. And I said, oh no. She's like, what? I said, oh no. And she's like, what? I'm like, it's an airplane coming in for a landing. And it came in so clear. I was devastated. That's how it started for me. That's when I started buying better equipment, testing out all these other cameras. And yeah, man, it's crazy. You just need a really good camera or get a lens attachment. Believe you and me, you'll start to see things differently. Thanks, Lisa. Lisa just sent me a dot. All right, I'm going to check before I get into the peak of the show here, because we're in the second hour already. I know there were some super chats that may have gotten past me, so let me go ahead and double check just to make sure. I don't see any. They got Lisa. Hold on. Well, there was only 4, so I think I've got them all. Yeah, Lisa, Wilcar, Lisa again, $2. Oh, that was the one I missed. I don't know how I missed that one. Watch Threads, movie from 1984, scary as hell, from Lisa, $2. Yeah, so I missed that one. Sorry about that, Lisa. Thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you. Mucho gusto, generoso. Yeah, I don't have Coral here tonight, so I've gotten accustomed to not paying attention to the chat room or super chats. And if I'm missing them, I'm really sorry. Here's another one. This is just something I saw. I want to play this, though, because it's a UFO video. People, all of a sudden, right now, this is the plague. This is the pandemic that we're going to go through here in ufology right now. It's summertime. We're hitting the peak, and people are enjoying getting all sorts of accolades for videotaping things that aren't really UFOs. So people are praising them, giving them glory for a job well done.
But this joint.
Oh, this one says Sean Carter, all rights reserved. All right, so let's be careful. And this is what he's captured.
Wow, over the water, look at that.
Wow, the moon.
Wow.
All right. I don't know. I can't play this. He's got it all copyrighted out. I'll have to ask him. Yeah, I don't want to... Anyway, you can't tell what it is. That's the point. Here, I'll show you real quick.
Look at that.
Apparently this is a UFO. And it gets brighter. I just think it's airplanes doing maneuvers. See? This is the very... There's something going on over the water. It's just some maneuvers of some sort. It's not UFOs. Definitely isn't. I can't play the whole video, but normally I would. All right. So we're seeing a lot of new people come out of the woodwork. A lot of people want to get their 15 minutes of fame for what? In this field, there is no 15 minutes of fame, really, unless you're a Lob Bazaar or Blob Zondo, and you have the government backing you. But let me do this. I'm going to play this video. Back in 1979, I believe it was, 76, 77, 78, somewhere in there, Val Johnson, I believe his name is Val Johnson, he was an officer who saw a light 3 feet off the ground on the road heading towards him. He thought it was a truck, like a semi with one headlight out. And he said, the next thing I know, I'm off on the side of the road, and his eyes were burning. His car was damaged. And, yeah, well, there are other things that led up to that were similar. There was a cigar UFO and 3 entities that were witnessed by Joyce Bowles and Ted Pratt. That was Winchester, England, 1976. Somebody recommended this and said, this is kind of right up your show's alley tonight. People getting visuals or seeing entities and UFOs from their car and or being abducted or having issues with their car. So I'm going to play this video. This is definitely another one from Eyes on Cinema at Real EOC. So we'll do a little fair use on this one. And 3, 2, go.
Yes, we did. Yes, on their left.
On the left here.
Yes. And
then it disappeared, and I am coming up to it now. It appeared again here. But
right.
It started hovering down below the back of these trees and the hedges here.
We came on down the road for another quarter of a mile, maybe a bit more. We turned sharp left to come into Chilcombe Lane. It's a bad bend, isn't it? Going down this lane, and we were doing about 20 mile an hour, maybe 20, 25 mile an hour. Done about 70 yards down. All of a sudden, this car suddenly went crazy. It just leapt off the road to the right, and the engine started to rev. We hit the grass verge, which is a very wide grass verge, about 15 yards wide, and we were heading towards a high edge. So I grabbed the steering wheel as Mrs. Bowles was fighting with it, and suddenly the car straightened itself. We came down the grass verge for about 10 to 15 yards, and we came to a stop. And it was though we'd hit an invisible barrier, which it gave, because it didn't throw me forward into the seat, but it gave, and then brought us back to our normal stopping position.
That was when we see...
Well, then sorry, yes?
That was when we see, what I shall say, a cigar-shaped object hovering in front of us.
Yeah, that is wild. That was in 1976. For some reason, when I hear stories from that part of the world, they just sound so much better. They sound more legit, you know. It must be the accent. But what an interesting ordeal. I mean, you're driving down the road, your car gets tugged a little bit, it goes off the road, you're on the grass. You have no control over the car. The guy tries to grab the wheel and help straighten out the car, and it just somehow did it anyway. Came to a standstill. and she looks out the window and sees what looks like a cigar-shaped craft. And if you were to be put in that position, how would you feel? That'd be pretty weird, right? You'd be like, why did we get pulled off the road? Like, why did they get pulled off the road? Was it some sort of electrical field that the UFO gave out and they got kind of pulled that direction, like a gravity wave of some sort? I don't know. Or were they being abducted? Or were they abducted and didn't realize it and were put back in the car and then lost control, but they were already abducted by the time all that shit happened? That would be weird. I don't know if there was any missing time with this, but there are with the other ones. Like 14 minutes of time, I think. So she just saw the cigar. You can tell she's having good memory recall here.
Inside were 3 figures.
Yes, they had it like a cockpit. In the cabin was in the front of the cigar-shaped thing, and was lit up, but not glowingly lit up. It was a very easy light to look at.
It was hovering. It had either steam or vapor coming out like gas jets. Then I see one of these figures get out of this thing.
Yeah.
See, doesn't that sound like a man-made type of vehicle? There was some steam or gas coming out of it. Yeah, I'm not so sure that sounds like, but I wouldn't know. Could be a steam engine. Could be Doc. Marty!
Object, and it started walking across towards me.
Yes, it was.
Now, as it was walking across towards me, I heard a whistle.
Which I didn't hear.
It's like a whistling kettle starting to whistle. Now, he had on like a boiler suit, but it was with a polar neck collar. He had a seam down on his right-hand side. As he walked across, he come to my window. He put his arm on the roof of my car and looked in. Now, he was a tall man, roughly 6'1", 6'2". He had pink eyes, which were very piercing. He had sideboards and a beard, which met. He looked in at me, then he looked at Ted. After looking at Ted, he looked at my dashboard. And as he was looking at the dashboard, my car engine started up. Now, the car ignition keys was turned off. And as the engine started up of my car, my headlights were 4 times powerful than what they normally are. It was just like a glow.
How does she know they're 4 times, but not 3? Not 5, but 4 times. Like that's a pretty weird thing. But nonetheless, she said it. She looks like she's telling the truth. This is an unbelievable story. Yeah, see, it's things like this. It's stories like this that keep me enthralled with this. You know, the school children, abductions. She said she heard like a whistle noise, which is interesting because some of the kids at that Ariel school heard a whistle noise. I bet you they're using some sort of sound technology. You know what I mean? That's how I think they moved the blocks when they built the pyramids. They just blew this little thing, and then it, you know, whatever tune you put out, that was the vibration sent out. Somehow it gave a field, or maybe it made her come out of a trance, or it made the car start, or it's really weird. I've heard that whistle many, many times throughout many stories. I wonder why nobody's focusing on that whistle.
White. I see a movement of this figure. Oh, by the way, I grabbed Ted. And I said, no, Ted, don't get out, because he wanted to get out. And I just literally wrapped my body around Ted. And then I opened one eye, because I'd had my eyes shut. And I opened one eye and I said, Look out, Ted, he's going round the back to you. I see a movement, thinking he was going round the right, all the way round my car. Ted looked over his left-hand shoulder to have a look around to see if he was coming round. And my words were, don't open the door, Ted, don't open the door. But while Ted was looking round and me huddled to him with my eyes closed, the figure disappeared with the object. After it gone, after a few seconds, which seemed hours to us, Ted said, well, let's go. Oh, he asked me if he could drive. And I said, not likely. It only meant because it meant me getting out of my car. I put it in first and started off, but we could not move. It was as though we were still hitting an invisible barrier. Well, I put it back in neutral and waited for a few seconds, and then I started off again. And we went off perfectly normal in the car.
Man. That's a great story. And you can tell when she's telling it, it really happened to them. There's no way that's a bullshit story. What a difference when somebody's telling a real story compared to Anjali. I just had to throw that out there. It's amazing. You don't hear a lot of this. Like when somebody's telling a real story, you don't hear this. She's telling this story. She's firm. She's looking right in the eyes of the person she's talking to or whatever. There is no doubt about it. That really happened. I'm going to jump to 1988 and then I'll jump back to 1979 because I want to talk about that policeman, Val Johnson, and his car, because that's one of the few cases of trace evidence that the public got to see. Very few cases. Here's a UFO mystery from another one from Eyes on Cinema. Oh, hold on. Keep forgetting we're not over there. We're over here. Here we go. So this is something that's been happening.
Confronted by a UFO while crossing the Nullarbor. Their stories being backed by other motorists, and the crew of 2 South Australian fishing boats have also reported being buzzed by a UFO. Faye Knowles and her 3 sons claim an orange blob picked their car up off the highway. They fled in terror into the scrub until the object disappeared.
For the Knowles family, it was to have been a routine drive across the Nullarbor. That all changed as the family approached the town of Mundrabilla on the Air Highway. They claim that's when they had their unexpected and terrifying encounter with the unknown.
The car was shaking. I went down the window and I said it's on top of the roof. And all this, I don't know what it was, it all come inside the car like smoke. We thought we were all dead.
And I went down my window and Mum said there's something on the roof. And I said, no, come off it, you've got to be joking. And she went down her window and she put her hand on the roof and she goes, my God. She goes, what is it? And no, I swear to God, I'm not lying. I swear to God, I opened up my window and the car started going out of control. And all this smoke, and it was like smoke. I'm not lying. It was like smoke. And gases all started coming in the car. And me and my brother started to go crazy, I thought it was going in my head. Felt like my brain was getting sucked out.
Another motorist and a truck driver also witnessed the incident. They confirm the Knowles family story. Police are investigating the claim.
That's insane. So there was a witness that saw the whole damn thing happen. My God. This is amazing, this story. I forgot about this one. The guy said something very, very important. Because at Skinwalker Ranch, 3 people have had extreme headaches, and 2 of the 3, I think, had confirmed that their brain was being swollen or pulled to a direction. I don't know. But there was bad trauma that happened, like almost like water on the brain or swollen brain syndrome. They had massive headaches. And I wonder if that has something to do with the propulsion system that these objects use. I mean, if you're going to have a solid ball, nothing with wings, nothing that shows that it should be flying, but a ball of light, land on a car, and somehow encase everybody inside of it, feeling like their head's being sucked out, like their brain's being sucked out of their body or whatever. Freaking A, man. That must have been like I wonder if it was a pressure change. Maybe they were abducted right then and there. I don't know. Missing time, watches that stop. When we get to the next story, you'll see.
Say the car did have dents on the roof and an ash substance inside.
Oh, wow.
Late today, the Knowles family returned to the
Wait,
scene of their...
There was stuff, ash on the roof? Something happened. There's trace evidence. Let's see.
They say the car did have dents on the roof and an ash substance inside.
Oh.
Late today, the Knowles family returned to the scene of their experience for the last time.
And you won't travel that stretcher road again?
No way.
You don't even wish to travel in your own car?
No.
Rod Stephen, 7 News.
Had you believed in UFOs before this?
Never. No.
Were you at all tempted not to tell the police because people may take the mickey out of you?
We weren't going to go, but we made up our mind to go, because it might happen to someone else.
Well, let's go back to stage one. What time in the morning was it when it first happened?
About 5 o'clock in the morning.
And you were driving which way?
Towards Victoria.
And did it suddenly come up behind you, in front of you, or just hover over the car?
It was on the middle of the road. It was, just in the middle of the road.
Up in front of you?
Yeah, in front of us.
How big?
Well, it looked like truck lights to us, I didn't take much notice. Sean said to me, that's something unusual now. I said, I'll come off it, and you got to be joking.
Was it still dark?
It was pretty dark then, yeah.
And you thought it was, Patrick, you thought they were just headlights sort of coming towards you?
I did,
That's what this officer said. He thought it was a headlight from a trailer or a truck, coming down his way. So it seems like, this incident, the Knowles incident, happened in 88. The one before this was in 76. And the one I'm going to go over now, the famous case, or should I say infamous case of Val Johnson. So I'm going to play a video with Val in an interview. Here we go. I got to do this. That's right, because, YouTube. Here we go. All right, here's his story. Now, you heard the other two. And here's the one. Val Johnson, Big Apple.
Extremely bright. The inside of the car lit up. I can remember that. And it was a very dazzling, brilliant occurrence. Something did strike my vehicle. Something didn't want me there, apparently, or it was, I can't put a judgment on it. I really don't know how to classify it. I can't classify it as an attack. Perhaps it was an escape.
We have a recording of the actual radio call that he made seconds after the incident. Listen closely.
407, what is your condition?
I don't know. Something just hit my car. I don't know how to explain it. Strange.
Are you, what's your condition? Are you okay?
Something attacked my car. I heard the glass breaking and the brakes locked up. I don't know what's going on.
10-4, I'll get hold of 406 Steven and send him on his way.
What is it that happened? Deputy...
Pretty amazing. So, he was driving down the road. He saw a light in the road, and he said it was coming towards him. He knew it was heading his direction. He said he thought it was like a semi-truck had a headlight out, so he thought maybe it was that. But then he realized after a few more seconds it wasn't. And the next thing he knows, this light hit his car, spun out of control, and coasted to a stop off, and I'll show you here in a minute. And his windshield was damaged, cracked, and 2 antennas were bent almost 90 degrees, probably like 88 degrees. It was almost, I'll show you some pictures here in a second. It's weird. I have another story. I have another idea of what I think happened. Hold on, let me get it. Let me pull it up. This might take a minute because it's not, it doesn't do what it should, but let's see if I can. All right, let's see if this works. Okay. So here's the vehicle. Okay. All right. So what happened to Deputy Sheriff Val Johnson's squad car in '79? So you can see the cracked windshield. One of the most credible UFO flying object encounters in American history unfolded in Minnesota in '79. Marshall County Deputy Sheriff Val Johnson never claimed he saw aliens or spaceships, merely that a force he could not identify collided with his car, cracking its windshield and leaving him unconscious for 45 minutes. Johnson's reasonable testimony and the evidence left behind on his vehicle made the event popular case among those who study UFOs. He was on patrol in his car on a particularly desolate stretch of County Highway 5 in Marshall County, 10 miles west of Stephen. At 1:40 a.m., he spotted a light in the sky and turned left onto State Highway 220 to investigate, thinking it might be a plane making an emergency landing. As he drove forward, however, the light abruptly entered the car itself. This is different than the story I heard. This is different than the one that I read. He heard the sound of glass breaking and then lost consciousness. When Johnson came to, 39 minutes had passed. He had eye pain and a bump on his head, but the car seemed to have suffered worse, sustaining a dented hood, bent antennas, a shattered windshield, a broken headlight, and a broken hazard light. Both Johnson's wristwatch and the car clock had lost 14 minutes. Whatever impact had cracked the windshield had evidently also sent the vehicle coasting 854 feet along the road before it stopped at a 90-degree angle to oncoming traffic. Johnson told the dispatcher who responded to his call for help, "Something attacked my car. It wasn't a vehicle. I don't know what the hell it was." Well, they had to treat his eyes. He said it was like a welder's torch. But then after a few hours, his eyes were fine after 6 hours. Let's do something here, because I know that the video that I was just playing right before that gives a little bit of a different story. I know, I don't care about that.
Deputy Johnson recreated step by step the events of that night.
I was on routine patrol and I came up to this intersection and I looked south and I saw a bright light just over the center of the roadway.
That's not what he said in what I just read.
My first impression was that maybe it was a semi with one headlight broken out.
Didn't I just read the story where it said he saw a light in the sky and then the next thing he knew it engulfed his car? He never mentioned it.
And then it dawned on me that the light was too big around and too intense for an ordinary headlight.
Go ahead, 407.
388, 220, 5.
407, what is your condition?
I don't know. Something just hit my car. I don't know how to explain it. Strange.
Are you, what's your condition? Are you okay?
Something attacked my car. I heard the glass breaking and the locks, brakes locked up. I don't know what's going on.
What happened? What kind of car? I'll get hold of 406 Stephen and send him on his way.
Val was rushed to a local hospital where he was examined by Dr. W.A. Pincinel.
Anyway, thought it was a little different. His eyes were fine after a little bit.
Painful, as if I'd been subjected to something like arc welder burn or something. There's some salve put in my eyes, and they were covered with an adhesive bandage. But in a matter of 6 to 8 hours, it had cleared up.
Johnson was unconscious for 40 minutes before he radioed for help and was taken to the hospital. A doctor and later an eye specialist confirmed that Johnson had suffered mild welder or flash burns to his eyes. Even stranger, both Johnson's wristwatch and the electric clock in his patrol car had mysteriously stopped for 14 minutes. An investigator from the Center for UFO Studies in Evanston, Illinois, flew in to examine the damaged patrol car. There was no evidence of radioactivity, and neither the investigator nor the sheriff can figure how the two spring-mounted antennas became.
All right, now you want to hear what I think happened? Bigfoot. It was Bigfoot. I'm thinking maybe this guy's trying to get out of, maybe he hit somebody or something, right? And maybe he hit an animal, but you think he would say he hit an animal. There would be blood, there would be hair. So then I'm thinking, well, maybe he hit something and then cleaned up the evidence, made it sound like it was a UFO, even bent his antennas back himself. I think the antenna thing is the weirdest thing of all. So, if it was a ball of light, then maybe it's an object that gets illuminated instead of it just being like an energy orb of some sort. Maybe it's like a really small baseball-sized object that for some reason emits a lot of light and created this accident. That windshield looked, it looked like there was pressure put on that windshield. Like, it didn't look like if somebody hit it. I used to work for a windshield replacement company, and I've seen a lot of video on what makes a windshield look the way it does if it's hit with a golf club or if it's hit with a ball or a boulder. And this just looked like it was almost like a body hit it, but I don't know. It's interesting though.
Became bent at almost 90-degree angles. At the scene of the accident, skid marks show Deputy Johnson coasted for 800 feet after impact before applying the brakes. The area around here has been searched, but nothing's been found.
Wait a second. That doesn't make sense. It showed he coasted? How does it show that he coasted? Listen to that.
Became bent at almost 90-degree angles. At the scene of the accident, skid marks show Deputy Johnson coasted for 800 feet after impact before applying the brakes.
So he's saying he got hit and then the car, he didn't hit the brakes right at that time? And then 856 feet later, he applied the brakes? But I thought he coasted to a stop. There's something wrong with this story. I thought he said he coasted to a stop. This is weird. Something's wrong. He said he coasted to a stop, didn't he? If anybody's listening. Anyway, let's look at some of the photos here and the pictures of the vehicle. This guy did not want to talk about this. He said he was so inundated with the world wanting to talk with him every single day that he just clammed up and stopped talking to people.
My feeling was that whatever happened was strange and unknown, and
There was no doubt in my mind that Val was telling what he actually saw.
This is Deputy Val Johnson and his wife, Roseanne. Everybody? Val, since that incredible experience that has shocked us all, have you had any other experiences, any other close encounters?
No, sir, no.
Had you had any before this?
No, this is the first one.
Well, how has it changed your life?
Well, it's brought our family unit closer together.
Because it scared everybody so much, you mean?
Well, there was a lot of people confused about it and a lot of unusual stories that came.
Anyway, yeah, he kept quiet. He's still alive, I think. So it makes you think. You don't hear a lot of stories anymore about people seeing bright lights like this on the roads and having their cars bum rushed or having a light encase them inside their car. I know Dorothy, I don't know if she's still here, but she had seen something very similar to a ball of light or something flying alongside her on the road one night. These things are real. They really do happen. There have been trains. There's that one train incident where they saw the lights on, off the track. Actually, they saw them out in the distance. Then the lights were on the track and they ran right into these lights and it caused damage. They had to stop the train and everything. It's pretty amazing stuff. So what are these? See, this is why I know it's not China, it's not Russia, it's not even us that's doing this. This is happening before we had this incredible technology we have today. It's mind-bending. Well, if this happened in 79, 78, 76-ish, that's 30 years after Roswell that they were working with stuff. But this stuff has been happening since the early 1800s, late 1800s. People have been reporting balls of lights for forever. Exactly. Forever. So, what is it, man? What are they? This is what I want to know. This is the stuff, stories like this that keep me coming back time and time again. It's really frustrating, though. Very. Hold on, I think I got a message here. Who is this? Have you seen this? All right, what is this one? Huh? No. Mike Rotunda, what is he talking about? I didn't boot anybody off today. I don't understand what just happened here. I'm being accused of something that I didn't do. Mike Rotunda, who's been here on our show, on this forever. I don't remember saying anything mean, or did I boot him because he was talking in comments about what Greer said? I didn't even know. Did anybody boot him? I need to know. Because I didn't. I didn't boot anybody tonight. But I'm going to check it out because Mike's a good guy. Now he's yelling and swearing at me. And now he says, and this is terrible. This is terrible. Unbelievable. It's amazing. When people get blocked, it says who blocks them. This is what I don't understand. Like, if you were blocked by me, it would say it. It would say it. I don't really block people. I only block people when it's extreme. So I'm going to look it up real quick while I'm doing this show, because he's not a bad guy and I don't want him to be upset. It just doesn't make sense. Did somebody else block him? Mike Rotunda? It wasn't, I don't know. I'll find out though. I'll find out. I took some people off of block, and I noticed a few of them here tonight. Glad you were able to make it, and thank you for hanging out. And here's the weird thing. Mike Rotunda isn't even blocked. So what is he mad about? See, this is what I don't understand about people. They start yelling and screaming before anything happened. Nothing happened. I don't see it yet. And it should have already shown. But I'm looking. Nope. He's not blocked. He's not blocked. This happened to somebody last week. They said they were blocked. And then come to find out they weren't. It was just a mistake they made, you know. And now I'm doing a double look because Mike Rotunda has been here for a couple of years. That's why I'm doing the extra mile for him. Because I don't understand why anybody would block him. The guy doesn't do anything wrong. I didn't block him. He thinks I blocked him because he was talking in the chat about Greer. And then in the email, he's like, oh, so you're the only one who can have a comment on Greer? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't even talk about Greer tonight. Did I? I don't think I did. I don't remember. This is my life. This is what I do all day. So weird, I can't find him. So I took, 5 full minutes away from the show for Mike, and he's not blocked. Not blocked. Nothing I can do. It's not blocked. So thank you for not blocking the guy. I don't know what he's talking about. Could it be that Mike Rotunda made a comment too long and it couldn't appear? Yes. It could have been. Yes. That's a great... I've done it. And I hit it and I'm like, yo, where is it? I know, for him to get all mad at me and scream and go nuts like that, it's like, figure it out. Give it a few hours, man. I mean, wait for me to respond before you call me names. It's like he couldn't wait to yell at me, which I find a lot of people have that aggression. I can't make any mistakes. As soon as I make a mistake, I'm the biggest asshole that's ever lived. I shouldn't make mistakes. It's possible, Dorothy. Anything's possible. But I doubt he'll be back for a while. Had a good flow tonight. Things were flowing okay until there. Things weren't that bad. We had a good show tonight. Fuck off. Yeah. Well. That's it. Oh, does the county plan to rebuild those Georgia Guidestones? I don't know. Did anybody hear about that? I have a little news clip here. Let's see what they say if they're going to rebuild those Georgia Guidestones. It's in the news, believe it or not. Here we go.
Georgia Guidestones. People are asking about a possible rebuild. Could it happen? The mysterious 42-year-old landmark was destroyed by an explosion last week. Earlier today, the Elbert County Board of Commissioners saying no decision has been made yet on what to do with the land or the remaining stones. They informed 11 Alive that the decision would be made when that time comes and that this would be something voted on at a commissioners' meeting. Investigators are still searching for the person who set off the explosion.
I am going to... Let's ask the Magic 8 Ball. Let's ask the Magic 8 Ball. Can we do that? We can. We're going to ask the Magic 8 Ball. Oh, yeah. It's time. It's Magic 8 Ball question. All right, you ready? All right, Magic 8 Ball. For the whole world, will the Georgia Guidestones be rebuilt? Anytime, anywhere. The Georgia Guidestones, will they be rebuilt? We have an answer. Oh, it's right in the middle. It's right in the middle. I've got it. It didn't give me an answer. I got to try again. All right, ready? Will the Georgia Guidestones be rebuilt? I can't believe this. I've never seen that. It's, again, right up on the edge. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Oh, it popped. I can't. That's not a real one because I moved it. One more. I only get 3 times. If it doesn't go through on the 3rd time. Ready? Will the Georgia Guidestones be rebuilt? Here we go. Oh, I got an answer. Yes! Yes! Yes, we have an answer. It is yes. I don't know if you'll be able to see it through all that muck. Well, it's yes. So the Georgia Guidestones will be rebuilt according to the Magic 8 Ball. So that's good. What's that? What's that? It's been proven. They do work. I have no rhythm. What? All right, we're heading out of here. I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight on Goof on Wednesday night. Get ready for tomorrow morning, because there's no show tomorrow morning. Friday there will be. Tomorrow we're gonna go sunify. Maybe. But I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Moderators, super chatters, kick ass. Thank you for being very supportive, as always. Let's turn the music off. Come on, one time's good enough. And thank you, the newcomers. We got a lot of newcomers in here, a lot of new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. Don't forget to like and share as well. And you can continue to support the show. even after it's over. Yeah, all the links are in the description. PayPal, Cash App, become a member of GoofOn or whatever. It's all down there. You know what to do. Even the thanks button. Smack that thing around a little bit. But we'll be back tomorrow night here at, well, I don't know. It depends how tomorrow day goes, but tomorrow night, I don't know if I'm going to be doing a show on Thursdays anymore. But I may do it. I don't know. I'll see what's. I may have to go at 6. I may do it at 6 instead. All right. Either way, I'll see you tomorrow night. I'll be back. We'll be back. Thank you, everybody, and we'll take you out of here. I'm gonna make the for real outro and intro tonight. I'm gonna finish them both, and I am. And here it is. So we're Truthology for Ufology. Yeah. Oh. Have a good night.